Who's in Hessie Shed this week? Paul Kelly, Neil Finn, John Clark, Nick Seymor.
What the fuck went wrong?
It's a crowded house this week in Hessie Shed.
Did you grow up with any shed vibes, you guys? Did the dads have sheds, or did any uncles? Were there any great sheds in your childhood that you remember?
My only feeling of shedness is when it was raining, I used to go and stand in the garage because it had a corrugated iron roof, and especially when it was pouring, and chop wood.
And chop wood?
Yeah, in the rain. I don't know why, but it had a particular fascination for me.
I knew that about you.
I felt really practical and handy when I was chopping wood, because I couldn't really hammer or anything or build anything.
Can't talk, Mum.
But I could chop wood.
Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 blocks to go through.
My dad didn't have a shed because he was... I think the only thing he could do was change a fuse.
That's an interesting parallel with my family's. My dad's useless too. I mean, a great man, but but he could change a fuse and a tyre, and he showed me how to... I
don't think my dad could change a tyre.
He showed me how to do both.
And
well, women can have sheds now too, of course.
Can they?
Oh, yeah, I think so. And it was very hard for a woman to have a shed in the 50s.
Yeah.
Women had, you know, a Singer appliance,
or
a Kelvinator.
A kitchen.
Or a Micamac Morphac electric travelling alarm clock and a matching walnut case, or some other thing that was won on a quiz program.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to look there. I'm going to think about a guy I play football with on Sunday mornings who's better at me than footy. Everything he does on the footy field is better than me. But out here, I reckon I can keep up with him. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Paul Kelly.
It's another song I brought along especially for the shed. It's kind of a shed song. It's an old song. And really what to do when you get together with your friends in the shed and play music, you sort of, everything sounds like the Velvet Underground. His mother always let him stay up late on Fridays. They would lie in her room together watching TV. Sometimes she fell asleep before he did, and he'd be watching a talk show. One person talking, then another. Then all this laughter coming from nowhere. Next thing he knew, she would be shaking him gently. Wake up, little one. Saturday morning. So he'd get up, dress himself, put his shoes on, and leave the house without breakfast. Breakfast always came later, in other people's houses. 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 They had to catch 2 buses to reach their destination, and the trip seemed to take forever unless he fell asleep along the way. When they got off at their stop, they were in a bigger, brighter neighborhood. The houses were a long way back from the street, and some of them were hidden from view by big hedges. Looking down the street was like looking through the wrong end of a telescope. His mother guided him through this country. She knew exactly where to go. She carried in a bag a big heavy ring full of keys. They were all keys to other people's houses. Other people's houses. she would turn one of the keys into the lock. Well, some of these doors needed 2 keys. Then presto, they were in. The houses had so many things in them, yet still so much space and carpet that went on forever. He liked to rub his feet quickly on the thick pile and touch a doorknob with one finger and give himself a small electric shock. In the first house, they always went straight to the refrigerator. There were things in there he couldn't imagine anyone ever eating. Strange-looking pastes in jars and horrible concoctions in plastic. His mother would fix him up with a jam sandwich and a glass of milk. Then she'd set to work, cleaning other people's houses. 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 So they would go all day long from one house to the other. His mother mopping, vacuuming, scrubbing, cleaning, washing the dishes, leaving him to his own devices. Often, if no one was home, she'd put music on the stereo and sing along. There was one record that she always put on and sang along to. Had 2 men and 2 women on the cover. They all looked sort of blonde, except one of the women had dark hair. The stereo flickered like the controls of a spaceship. Other houses were full of books. And if he was good, he was allowed to take one of the books down from the shelves and open it up. There were books on war and cricket and movie stars. He was very careful with the books. He was very careful with everything in other people's houses. 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 Well, many of the houses had other children in them. They'd rush right past him into the yard. He'd follow them out back and play with them for a while and sit on the steps watching them. He felt slower than the others. There was a girl about his age who lived in a house I went to every second Saturday. Her name was Stephanie. She used to take him everywhere with her, everywhere she went, all around the house, even into her room. He'd never see his mother until it was time to leave. But one Saturday, his mother told him that Stephanie and her family had moved away, just like that. He still thinks of her now, 25 years later, moving, laughing, sitting down to dinner, making conversation, making love in other people's houses. 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 Other people's houses.
You ever left a band, Paul, that you've been in and watched it? Or
I've never left a band. Lots of people have left my bands.
You know,
Actually, I have left the band, yeah, because I broke up the Messengers. So
what was that like?
that was it was a long time coming. So we all had a chance to get used to it. But it was my idea, and I think the others wanted to continue more than I did.
Right. So I see that.
It's a difficult thing.
It is.
All right, here we go. Oh, hang on. Turn the old guitar up. Beautiful. We'll just groove along with Hes for a minute. Okay. Blue knees, red hands, big flat feet of a stupid man. Big talk, cheap shots, a little hairless forget-me-nots. You got the castle coming at you. You got asshole bumping into you. Hey, get a car, get a job, get a life, just get arrested, just get involved. Petra. Fat free, free fat, big drawback for the smoking man. Blue flame, my seat, big fat nest of a hairy beast. Here we go. You got the castle bumping into you. Yeah, you got assholes bumping into you. Well, I said, get a car, get a job, get arrested, little darling. Just get involved. You're gonna lose your place the way you're going, and we're not getting on. You're gonna lose your face the way you're going. Why don't you pack a bong, John? Blue poles, assholes, big black brush of a crooked man. It's a big ask, it's a big squeeze. I just can't believe you got Picasso coming at you. You got assholes bumping into you. Well, hey, get a car, get a wife, get a job, just get arrested, just get involved, yeah. Bring it down, bring it down. I think we'll hear from Kevin on the guitar. Mr. Kevin Grant. Just get involved, baby. Just get involved, baby. Just get involved.
You haven't really been the boss all the time. I mean, you joined Split Ends. Was that the first band?
No, I was the junior. I was the one who had to go down the road and buy the sandwiches when I joined Split Ends. The younger Eddie was always the one who would pipe up at come errand time and say, who's the youngest?
Oh.
Yes. And I'd be sent off. So I did my little graft there. I actually had a band, when I was 5, I was in a band called the Cavemen.
It's good enough.
With 2 of the guys down the road, and we had the old coal bucket and cardboard guitar and Beatles wigs.
Oh, and the tennis racket thing?
Yeah, I think there was tennis rackets in there.
Yeah. I was in the Electric Licorice. That was my first band. We won a talent quest. No, we entered a talent quest at my high school. And my little sister was in a group doing chimney sweeps from Oliver. And they beat us.
Jeez, big
I
day.
nearly
That's
gave
a
the whole
hard day,
game
that
away.
one.